Hey everybody. Just give me a second. I'm trying to multitask here a little bit. Gotta make an announcement. If I can speak today. An announcement for the live stream. Okay. Announcement made. So let me just pull up my reference as well. Gotta get the ref going. I got a lot of people talking at me. Okay. Skins, new skins. Alrighty. Skyrift, and Yohel. Hello. How's it going? Ooh, so we don't have swatches on these. Or at least the one I have doesn't have swatches. Here we go. I found it. Okay. So this is an older skin that we are not going to use. So I'm just going to like recycle all this stuff that I had going on here. And we'll start the new one. Start up a new skin. Skin colors. Turn off all of these and start from the base. Don't tell me you're going to have to go through the pain of texturing dinos again. Oh, I wouldn't call it a pain. We have a lot of skins, so it's just... yeah, it's just what we gotta do. Get people that customization they want in the game, you know? So... okay, so this... I got a plan. This stuff goes... put this stuff in here. Because that'll be useful later. Then we'll start working on this. You got to texture every single molecule. It's not that bad. It's I mean, if you had if you were to say I have to like sculpt all the texture again, that would be quite an ordeal. But once all of the maps and stuff are baked out for a texture, it's not actually too bad. The thing that takes the longest time is like just setting up all of this stuff, getting all the maps to work right, getting you know, all these layers established and like the masks and all that stuff. Once you do it one time though, you can reuse a lot of what was there, you know. It just, the very first skin is probably the hardest one to do. I think you'll see here that this will come together fairly quickly. I'm not going to what's it called? Basically, I'm not slowing down. I'm purposefully trying to get as much done as I can. So you might see this is like speed demon mode a little bit here. We'll see how far we get today. My brain is like, I don't know if you can tell. I'm a little bit fried today. It's just one of those days. The mind isn't keeping up with what I want it to do. This is the color 2 mask. Color 2. This needs to be color 3. Color 3 mask. The color. Ooh, wait. Color 3 mask, color. Just bought the game at a adult tier. Where do I get access to play the game? That's a good question. I do not know. Hey, Smogsy. Miss being a big scary river monster. Everglass? Is this the fun part? Procrastinate. What do you mean? Are you procrastinating? I'm not procrastinating. This is work time. This is a that. That's the... Okay, so this is a fill. Add fill. We want color mask 2. And then we want to flip this, so we multiply it. There we go. That's what I wanted. So that's just going to add some variation there, so it's not too big a deal. We don't gotta like agonize over that one. Oh, you're trying to get the guess the word. I see. Yeah, my words aren't coming out so great today. Is the thing. Lots of things are so there's a lot going on right now in terms of my wife and I are getting ready to make a big move. We're going to move to California at the end of the month. So everything's kind of chaos right now. Lots of stuff going on every day. So that's part of it. And then like just been really hot outside. So my office gets really, my computer doesn't help things any. But yeah, it's hot outside, hot inside. Causing brain malfunctions, but I'm trying to cope as best as I can. He's very broken at the moment. Yeah. Hi, Furious, by the way. Thank you for checking out the stream today. The skin is going to look pretty cool, I think. I really like the design. Let me see. I feel like the music is a little bit loud. I don't know. You guys let me know. It's very loud in my headphones. Radiating heat of the... Yeah, and the PC is really... It really does emit a lot of heat. I don't know if it's made worse or better by... Because my PC is not like in a case. It's like an open air build. So like all of the components are just exposed to the air, which makes like cleaning it a lot easier. It doesn't get all dusty and nasty, which is nice. But I don't know. It's probably just it has constant contact with the atmosphere, exterior atmosphere. So probably heats my room up a lot faster. It's really nice in the winter. Keeps my room nice and toasty. In the summer, not so much. Fun rig issues currently. Its root is in the mouth, so it really wonky looking around and move. Oh, okay. But should be fixed up shortly. I'm expecting Peru public test by the end of the month. Nice. Ridgeback. Yeah, Smogsy or Furious might be able to help you out with your question there. Okay. Like the sandy yellow color. Yeah, that's a good point. I don't think we have um a Peru skin that's more of that sandy color now that I think about it. That may be a bit of a void that we can fill with a newer skin later on. That'd be pretty cool. It kind of makes me want to design one, honestly, with that idea. One day scars, missing limbs is very unlikely. One day scars, missing limbs is very unlikely. I see. Okay. Visible wounds will come with the hygiene, though, so you can tell if infected or healing. So will we have to do something like two different states of a wound where like one looks very like irritated and kind of nasty, and then another one looks clean and healthy? I'd imagine that's kind of how it would work, right? So you'd have like, I guess, kind of two states for the wounds. Okay. So I got this. This is like the major big mask that I have to create. Let's see what the I might have to swap. Yeah, I'll probably have to swap this color for another, because this one should be on top here and this one will be underneath. So color 5, color 4 will swap. This will be color 5. This will be color 4. Just label these properly. This color needs to be... Take all this stuff off. Pick the right color. Where are my swatches? There they are. Color swatch here. Then we want to add a paint layer. This will be really easy. This... We need some sort of spotty little texture, something harsher. Okay, right here. Puru is honestly one of the most unique looking crocodilians that ever lived. That mouth just looks like whatever it bit down on would explode. Yeah. The first impression that I had when I was looking at Puru is just... It's just a tank of a crocodilian, like... Yeah, the head alone is just ridiculous. I actually, it wasn't until working on this game that I actually learned about Puru. I did not know it existed before Islander asked me to sculpt it. So I got to learn about a whole new animal. And I think Puru is actually probably come to be one of my favorite, like, of the large crocodilians. You know, you have your Deinosuchus, Sarcosuchus, you know, those guys. I would say Puru is probably my favorite one. Okay, we're gonna do... Did we just have one more color? There's two gray colors, or two dark colors here. So this one, let's see, what's this do? This is color variation stuff. This mask, this we need color mask 5. This will also be pretty easy because all I gotta do is swap the color swatch. It's very subtle. We might... We might have to exaggerate it just a little bit because even for my eyes, it's pretty subtle. Is it even doing anything? Let's see. It is there. I think in order for us to... I think I might have to depart from the color swatches here just a little bit to make it more visible, because it's just not going to look like anything if I leave it like this. So we're probably, I'd say we have to go darker. To get any sort of like... let's see. Because even on the lit version of it, it's very hard to tell. And the whole reason we want something like this is to add some additional depth to things. So if it's not providing that service, then we could use this slot for something else that feels like a little bit flatter. If there's a color that just looks like it needs a little bit more variation, we could use it for that. This color could honestly use some adjustment as well. Like going a little bit more orangey yellow and darker as well. We'll see if that does start to help a little bit. You can start to see what it's doing on the surface there. So that feels better to me there, but it is a little bit of a departure. I feel like we would need it though. The colors in the concept might be too subtle. We'll try it out. I can always come back and adjust it again. Ooh, that's bright. You mean the yellow? Yeah. Pretty bright. It won't be so bright though. It's gonna switch over to a nice red. That is a very hot rod red though. If you guys want to see a neon croc, there you go. Neon party. Yeah, this doesn't feel as I don't know what it is. It could be just like the settings in the viewport, but this this red doesn't feel as nice and earthy and rusty as the concept art. It feels very fire engine. So I might have to adjust that as well. I think some of the time, I might have to send a note to Yaroslav about this, because I think the having the line art on top of the concept for final submission might kind of screw a little bit with the perception of the color. So I might ask that he's like submitting a flat version of it, so that way I can kind of judge what the colors are doing a little bit better. It's almost impossible to find any videos showing EOE. Really? I feel like there were a few streamers who were showing the game off, weren't they? Especially during the first what was it called? Playtest, I guess. So you do okay. These stripes don't go all the way down the tail. They stop. And we have a red area here. Here. These get surrounded by dark. Usually reels posted on socials fairly often from the official accounts. Yeah, I think I just saw one, I want to say this morning. If not this morning, yesterday. Okay, so all of my color zones are blocked in now. Everything seems like it is where it should be. We got some random overspray here though. So I have to take care of that. Let's make sure all of his toesies are covered. Okay. I think this guy's coming together pretty fast. Probably helps that I'm not talking as much. I'm a little bit focused in here this evening. But I really want to get these skins done before I have to leave. Meaning like before I have to move at the end of the month. So the faster I can get these done, the better. Absolute lock-in. Okay. That mask feels pretty good. I think I'm gonna adjust some of this. Yeah, I need to adjust some of this. Get it a little bit more random. You get one of these spatter brushes here. Every time I see somebody say EA, I just think of like, I was like, we're getting it ready for Electronic Arts. I was like, when did they pop into the picture? But I know you mean it's early access is what we mean. There used to be, I'm pretty sure, like on old PS2, right? They, whenever Electronic Arts logo would pop up, I'm pretty sure they had like the little chimey sound. Like they had some sort of effect sound. So I kind of hear that too. Just random associations. So I'm just getting a little bit more of a speckly treatment to this transition here. On the concept, it's pretty soft. It's very like blurry. We can't go, I don't think we can go that blurry with the skin transitions, but I think these little speckles kind of help break that up a lot. I'm seeing some blue pop up on the skin, and I wonder why. Where's that blue coming from? It's kind of random. Where is it coming from? The mouth, maybe? There we go. What is this? What is this random blue? I have no idea. Turn it off for now. Then we have some random spots here at the bottom. That does not need to be there. Ooh, lots of random spots. Okay, that looks better. Then we got to get rid of the square. For some reason, there's a little square here. Yeah. Get rid of these. Okay. Sweet. I mean, that's good for the most part, I think. Let me just save it. Ah, thanks, Blue Nuns. Oh wow, and we're under an hour. I think that's like a record for me. I'm blocking in skin. Let's check out it's neon time. Actually, before we go into neon time, let me make sure all of my stuff is labeled properly. Color 4, color 5, color 4, color 3, color 2, color 1. Okay, so we're good. I don't know why I started with yellow. I guess it doesn't really matter. I usually start with green. Yellow, we'll see. We'll see how it looks just by default. See how the patterns like RGB CMYK. Okay. So this color can't be there. This has to be something else. This color I know is probably going to have to be the stripes because they crosses multiple color zones. We can use blue or red on top of the yellow. 3. And then this might be hard enough to not have to, let's see, we'll try it. 4, no, 5. I'm a tiny bit worried about the edges on this one, but if we have to, we can sharpen them. They're pretty sharp already, so I think they'll be okay. And then this one, we need color 6. That's fine. This one, ooh. This one's going to be interesting. We need color 5? No. I'm missing one. Color 4. Color 4 needs to be underneath color 5. Where's color 5? Ooh. I don't know about that one. Because that's cyan and magenta there. I don't know if I really have any other choice though. Oh yeah, blue nuns, those are really cool. Huh. This is one of those times where like it feels like sometimes this part of the whole skin creation. Kind of feels like a crazy chess game or something. So I'm trying to move these colors around so they don't interact negatively, but sometimes you're just left with a little bit of a conundrum. I think I think this might be okay because this area is very harsh. Like it's not like a soft blend there, so we might be fine. I might actually have to make this even harsher. Like, let me see. What mask is this? This is color 5. So we can come into color 5 and we can add a levels and then just make it very sharp, or at least try. It looks kind of pixelated here, but it won't in the texture. In game, I mean. That should be fine. As long as it's like very harsh, especially in this area, so it doesn't start mixing. We might be okay. Otherwise, I think this is fairly completed. I might pop in here and do a little bit more like detail work on the edges of things just to break some of these shapes up, but I feel like it's mostly there. It's like 95% there. Let me spend a little bit more time here just adding some details. This is color 5. Yeah, see how much sharper that becomes when I add the levels to it? What is going on here, though? Levels. The levels are adjusting it, but it's like not. What's happening here? Something weird is happening. Give me a second. Oh. It's the it's like the, what does it call it? The pressure sensitivity on my pen is what the issue was. Okay. Just like cutting back and forth into these shapes here. Okay. There are some more, a little bit more refined shapes there in the tail. I really like these. I like the darker coloration on the Peru. It just looks really cool. I am kind of a sucker for like really dark coloration and pattern on things though. I mean, honestly, you could paint the Peru like entirely black and I would think it was the coolest thing. I'd happily take a solid black dino, yeah. Yeah, it's hard to say, but I think, I don't know, this might be, we have one other skin that's kind of dark like this, I think. This one's really cool. I do like this one a lot. Okay, I think I'm gonna stop working on this one now, and then we'll do another one. Starting on the next one. This one, I don't know if I'll be able to finish this one tonight because this one's a little bit, it has a bit of, there's some technical stuff going on in here that I need like some, I probably have to take more of my time when I'm masking stuff. So I hope, I have a plan for it. I have a plan for it, but we'll see if it works. You'll see what I mean when I get there. Give me 1 second to save this out. Okay. All right, so we start over from the beginning. Take off all this stuff. Change the base color here. How do I want to build? How do I want to build this? Okay. I think I turned off my cavity map. Or something happened. Yeah. Keep that on for now. Okay. Color 2, blocked in. Now, let's see. What is the next move? Sorry, there's some colors in here that I'm seeing on the swatch list, but I don't see them on the actual concept, like one or two. I'm trying my hardest to decipher. Let's see. We'll just try this out real quick. This color. Color 3. Come in here. This little patch of, this shouldn't be like that. There we go. Okay. Sandy friend. for a moment he was. Okay. Probably we'll need this color. Let's see. Grab this swatch. Paint, add paint. Okay. Okay. Here we go. That looks really dark. Looks much darker than what I thought it was going to be, judging by the swatch. Lemon, how's it going? Hello, hello. All right, and then we got, so we got these two stripes. So we need Okay. Yeah, this is a nice, it's a nice tone of green. Nice and swampy looking. This is like, it's like toad green, I would call it. Reminds me of a frog. Or, yeah, a toad. Not technically a frog. Okay. This top line here is much thinner. Yeah, this one was, I think it was a little bit of a challenge to figure out because we did go a couple different rounds with Yaroslav on this one. Just trying out different stuff to get it to feel interesting. But I think the solution he came up with here is pretty cool. It's really hard. I feel like at least when I did concepts for Peru skins, it was kind of hard to break away from like it's like crocodilians. I mean, they do have various color schemes, you know, but they kind of generally tend to they look similar. Like you do have different subtle different changes in coloration between species to species. But you really don't see anything, at least modern day crocodiles, you really don't see anything like this, you know. So trying to be like a little bit, you know, bolder with a crocodilian skin can sometimes be a little bit hard because there's just nothing to compare it to really. Not any other crocodilians anyway. You can always find inspiration from somewhere else, but crocs generally, you kind of know what you're getting when you look at their skin coloration pattern. See you, Smugsy. Yeah, I think you just have to work a little harder to get some more interesting variation out of these. I mean, I definitely understand why the crocs have that coloration, though. It's because they're just, I mean, ambush predators in riverbanks and stuff. Kind of, there's only so many patterns you can go through to keep yourself camouflaged in water. So. Okay. So we got, let's see how many. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 colors now. Okay, I think I see where one of these other colors is popping through. It was kind of hard to see before, but I think I got it now. It is kind of, I might be able to use this, actually. I have to mask it a little bit more carefully. It's not going to be like all over like this. But I think I can use this to my advantage. Honestly, I probably need to reorder some of this stuff. Because I want it to stay... Yeah, I need to reorder some of this stuff. I want it to stay inside of the green. So we will... It's color 2. We want the color 2 mask, and then we want to multiply. There we go. So yeah, it's going to stay inside of the green areas, and I think I should probably... I'll need to relabel everything, but this needs to go on top of color 2 there, so it doesn't overlap anything else. The levels work. I do think I need to do a little bit of hand painting in here though, because the concept has it, it's a little bit more splotchy, especially on the limbs. So we'll go in here and we'll do a little bit of that splotchiness. I think it's really concentrated here on these little fin guys, but I need to adjust this mask first. And we gotta make sure we're covering the toes. Okay, come back up here. Really sort of concentrate on this back edge here of the feet. I mean, of the arm. Same thing here. Have to adjust this again. There we go. There we go. Okay. So I think that's good for now. We'll have to come back to it. So let's see. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think I have all of my colors. Why is this blue? Why are these blue? Okay, last color. This is where... Yeah, this is where I'm going to have to... think a bit. because this is a little bit complicated of an effect, or maybe not. Maybe I'm just overcomplicating it in my head. We'll see. We'll see how this works out. Because it's actually instead of usually with counter shading, you go for a lighter belly, darker back. But on this guy, we have a kind of the inversion of that. Where the belly is this very dark, this almost black color. But the thing about it is that the you'll see when I add the cavity map is that it'll only show up on the flat surfaces. Inside of the crevices of the scales, the underlying yellow will show through. So it's like the cracks of the scales will be yellow and the surfaces will be dark. That's the little effect that I was like kind of worried about getting, but I think it's honestly going to be fairly easy. Because it's just it'll just be my cavity map that I use to mask out some stuff. I might have to do a little bit of hand like touch-ups here and there, but it shouldn't be too bad. Let's go to, we got the grayscale and we need cavity map. I mean, we do have this. What is this? Why did I make that? Curvature, contrast, curvature. There we go. This is what I want. But yeah. I need to multiply. Is that what I want? Kind of. That's kind of what I want. Yeah, this is more like it. Might have to go in and just kind of hand paint in some of these a little bit better. But I think for the most part, that's the effect that I am going for. I wonder if I can make it a little bit, maybe I can duplicate this. See what happens if I duplicate it. Duplicate. No, that's not quite it. I think I can exaggerate this mask even more. Add paint, add paint. Now we can come in and sort of pick and choose where we want to emphasize stuff. This is the part that might take a while. It's kind of going in and being a little nitpicky about what scales get filled in and which ones don't. I think technically, actually, I don't know. I don't know if crocodiles, the skin on their faces is slightly different than the rest of their bodies. I don't know if it's actually classified as scales. But it's got this sort of like cracked pattern. I actually read a paper a long time ago about how these patterns form. And it's actually it's kind of a similar effect. It's like cracking. It's like their skin cracks to form these shapes. Like if you've ever seen like a dry riverbed or a dry lake bed, a dry puddle or something, that pattern that happens of like kind of squarish blocks of mud with cracks in between, that's sort of a similar like effect as what happens on a crocodile's face. I think it actually happens while they're still babies. I had that pattern after a horrible sunburn. Yeah, it's like, it's interesting. It's like, it's not, doesn't form scales as like traditional overlapping structures. It's like a cracked surface. I got to feel like a croc for a few days. Yeah, that doesn't sound fun. I've only had really bad sunburns a couple times, and it's mostly happened on my face. One time because I just forgot to put sunscreen on my face. And I just went about my day like that. Pretty painful. Forehead and nose situation. Yeah, not too much else. I'm really trying to be like a lot more mindful of not like Just taking care of my skin in the sun. Also, I think it's a good habit to get into because I feel like I might want to get a tattoo. And you really have to look after your tattoos so that way the ink doesn't start to like disperse. Because that's basically what ultraviolet rays will do. So like it'll fade the ink, especially if you're out in the sun a lot. You gotta make sure you're covering that, either covering it with your clothes or actually protecting it with sunscreen. And the tattoo that I think I might want to get is going to be pretty expensive. So I don't want it to fade. It's going to be a while though, because I actually have to. I don't know if I'm going to design it because I feel like if I design it, I'll be very nitpicky and I probably will never get it done. But then it's hard to trust. I really have to find a good artist. Hopefully when we move to California, there's a lot of good tattoo artists down there. So I can find somebody who can maybe design it for me. Maybe if I relinquish a little bit of control, you know, I'll actually get it done. Yeah, I feel like I'll just keep revising it and revising it. I'm still deciding. It's definitely going to be something paleo related, dinosaur related. But I think I want to try. So my favorite art styles are really nothing really like I do normally. So I'm a big fan of Art Nouveau, and I'm a big fan of like traditional Japanese style, like woodblock printing and tattooing. So I'm trying to think of some way to like merge those styles somehow. Traditional Japanese tattoos are they can be very intricate. And I don't mind intricacy. I really have to think about how to integrate everything together, I guess. I have to pick what sort of creature I want to do as well. Part of me just wants to go with like a T-Rex, you know? But then part of me is like, oh, maybe that's too on the nose or something. I don't know. I have to solidify the ideas. I have one other tattoo on my forearm, and it's really small. So I also have to like prepare myself for like that wasn't really like I didn't really mind that tattoo at all, but it's also like nothing like what I want later because it's gonna be a much bigger surface. Because I'd want it on my like my shoulder. It's basically going to be a half sleeve shoulder coming up over my shoulder into my chest. And that's a big area, you know. That's definitely going to be quite a few hours, especially if I wanted to get it all colored in. Whoever doesn't love a cool ass T-Rex is like. Okay. Let's see. Maybe I could try layering a noise texture over this just to see if it helps me add a little bit of randomness. Little randomness. Because I don't want the scales to be like perfect little out, you know, like perfectly filled in little scales. They need it needs a bit of like breakup, I guess is the word. Let's see what this is. What am I looking for here? What about this? Yeah, some kind of grunge, but this looks very smeary. I want something more patchy looking, I guess. Try this one. We got to try planar. And we got to set it to multiply. A little strong, but I think it's not too far off. It does give that sort of faded look, which is kind of what I want. It's just a little bit too dense. So maybe I could try adjusting contrast a little bit. Take down the balance. Or, sorry, go up with the balance. It's not bad. It's taking a lot of, like, good chunk out of this side, though. We just have to find the right position. That starts to feel a little bit too tiled. It's kind of, that kind of sucks because it's kind of close to what I wanted. It's just too repeated. Probably will, maybe if I layer another noise on top, it might help. Rotation? Does that do anything? Nah, no rotation. Random seed. Let's see. If I invert, that doesn't really do much. Oh, that's weird. It's close-ish. I just gotta figure out how to... There's probably a way to layer some things on here so I can get that to break up a little bit better. But this is the material so far, anyway. I'm gonna be running out of time here. But we got pretty far. I don't think I have much more to go on this one. So I don't know, it depends. We might just wrap this up next time and then move back over to Coelophysis. Or I might just finish this off in the next couple of evenings. And then I'll show you guys regardless. I'll show you what the finished one looks like. But yeah, I am going to head out for the evening. I'll see you guys in the next stream, probably Saturday. Saturday's still looking good. Yeah, thanks for hanging out with me tonight, everyone. Have a good rest of your week. See you next time.